Hey there, and welcome back to Rival Reviews. Hope you guys are having a good start to your summer here. I know where I am, it's uncomfortably warm. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So this week, we're setting sail on the Grand Line as we explore the epic universe of One Piece. So, to give a little bit of, I guess, an introduction, One Piece was created by the legendary Ichiro Oda. It first debuted in Weekly Shonen Jump in 1997. Over the years, it has grown into one of the most beloved and enduring manga and anime series in the world. And today we'll be discussing its origins, key themes, and what it's so special to millions of fans globally. So let's start with the history. One Piece follows the adventures of Monkey D. Luffy, a young pirate with the dream of finding the ultimate treasure known as the One Piece, and becoming the Pirate King. Luffy's journey begins when he accidentally eats a devil fruit, granting him the power to stretch like rubber. And after doing this, he sets sail and he starts gathering his diverse crew, the Straw Hat Pirates, and each of them kind of have their own dreams and unique abilities. One of the things that is kind of the biggest strength to One Piece is definitely its world and its world building. The world of One Piece is incredibly rich and detailed. Oda has crafted a universe filled with fascinating islands, with each with their own culture, creatures, and challenges. From the bustling steampunk-inspired Water 7 to the eerie, mysterious Thriller Bark, every location is distinct and memorable. One Piece world building is a significant part of its charm. The series explores themes of freedom, adventure, and the pursuit of dreams. The Grand Line, the perilous sea route that the Straw Hats navigate, is a metaphor for the journey towards one's aspirations, full of unpredictable dangers and incredible wonders, which kind of slides it really well into the characters. Each and every one of them having their own dreams that they want granted. Obviously, we've already kind of talked about Luffy, where his dream, is to become the Pirate King, as he so reminds us pretty much any chance that he can get. Zoro, who is my personal favorite and one of my all-time favorite characters of all time. He wants to be the world's number one swordsman, so to let his name reach the heavens. Nami wants to draw the true map of the whole world. Usopp wants to be a brave warrior of the sea. And it kind of like almost like a wraparound, like back to like his character arc where, he basically wants to make anything that he lied about at the beginning a reality. Sanji wants to find the All Blue, which at least has, as legends describe, is kind of where all the oceans meet. Chopper wants to be able to cure any disease in the world. Robin wants to find the true history of the world and fulfill, O'Hara's legacy, as we all know of kind of like her tragic backstory. Frankie wants to make a ship capable of going anywhere in the world and to see it do that. I think he's kind of, I would argue that Frankie, out of all of them, probably is the closest and arguably kind of already fulfilled his dream in the sense because the Straw Hat ship is pretty ridiculous and can pretty much do anything you want that he wants it to. Brooke, again, I would kind of also argue that this one's going to be fairly easy because we know that it's most likely going to happen. But Brooke from the past remembers Lapoon, which is a whale that Luffy met a while ago in the story, a long, long time ago. He'll be meeting back up with him at the end of the Grand Line. And Jinbei, probably one of the more, politically important dreams is he wants to bring the fishmen basically above the sea and abolish their discrimination. Yeah. So that's kind of what their aspirations are in a nutshell, and I would argue that all of them are pretty on a pretty good pace to get there. But of course, obviously, the most important character arc is arguably Luffy's. With his boundless optimism and unyielding spirit, he embodies the heart of the entire show. He has unwavering belief in his friends, and his dream inspires not only his crew, but also the fans around the world that enjoy reading this manga or watching the anime. Each character's backstory is rich and emotionally engaging, and it makes their development throughout the series all the more impactful. Now let's talk more about the impact. One Piece isn't just a story to a lot of people, and even to the world at large. It's a phenomenon. It holds the Guinness World Record for most copies published for the same comic book series by a single author. Its influence extends beyond manga and anime, inspiring films, live action stuff, merchandise, video games, and even theme park attractions. The series has a massive and dedicated fan base. One Piece's themes of friendship, perseverance, and the fight against oppression resonate deeply with audiences of all ages. Its legacy is built on its ability to balance epic storytelling with personal, heartfelt moments. So, what does this mean for One Piece? What do we think is next? As we know, as of the recording of this right now, One Piece still continues to captivate people all around the world. The story is kind of inching closer to its climax, and it in my mind, it's especially as a manga reader, it's getting very, very close to obviously something really big happening. I still think that we do have still quite a long time to go before it's actually finished. But I do think that it will. I do think that some big reveals are on their way. And I'm obviously, I don't speak for everybody, but I would definitely say that most people are eagerly awaiting the final arcs. They're trying. There's still all of these very open-ended plot threads, and how he's going to put them together basically and deliver. I think at the end of the day, obviously you can't make everybody happy, but I am very interested to see how he takes all these numerous plots that he's created, and through decades of storytelling, and wrapping it all up in a bow for not only to make sense, but also in what I'm hoping will be a very satisfying ending. I would say that the other really cool thing that's happening right now is, the live action series was a huge hit. I know that there are a couple of people that I know, at least, that really had no interest at the beginning of trying to, because I understand that obviously the when you look at the number of episodes there are, and you look at a show and it's wow, there's over 1,000 episodes, it might be a little jarring at first. But I think the live action did a really good job of piquing people's interest, that maybe it was already kind of there, but it just kind of cemented the fact that they really think that, if they are an anime fan, everything else, this should definitely be one that they should hop on and watch. And the numbers speak for themselves. I think Netflix just recently released kind of the viewing numbers for animes that are currently on, and I think the top two were One Piece and Baki, and One Piece literally had, I think, double the views, and it was 428 million to 200 million for Baki. And a lot of people are obviously realize that Baki is one of Netflix's biggest anime series. So that explains a lot. Yeah, and I think the other cool thing that happened with the live action is that even if you hadn't really known anything about One Piece, or maybe even were an anime fan beforehand, I think it also sparked interest in the younger generation, because a lot of people, they've probably heard of One Piece, but they see it as one that started back in the 90s, and maybe they don't want to necessarily go there and everything else like that. But it definitely brought in a new fan base from all different kind of realms of interest, and also probably generations too. So I think that that's super interesting, and I'm going to be very interested to see how that translates. Um, and I think it goes to show that, like, whether you're a longtime follower or if you're new to the series, the world of One Piece will offer like an endless excitement and inspiration because of just the very, very strong storytelling that Oda does. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I know that this was kind of a shorter one. I guess a few cleanup, so to speak, because, and that's the thing, I could go on and on about One Piece, and you know what? I do think that at some point we'll do a deeper dive. But basically, I wanted to almost give like an introduction to the listeners if they are not already a fan of One Piece, that they should definitely give it a shot. I know I've said it in the past, and I know that looking at the episode number and everything else like that can be off-putting to a lot. Me included, when I first started. I put it off for longer than I should have. But I am very, very happy that I ended up watching it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, I believe if the timing works out and everything like that, the season should be over for anime, and we will go over. I'm going to try something a little new because basically, unless you live under a rock, my anime list does, it's a full database of like all things that are showing and everything like that. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of go over what, like when you put things into the database, you can also rank them. So I thought it'd be interesting to give my final thoughts and then also kind of give what I ended up rating it at the end. So I think that'll be interesting. So until next time, just remember, whether you're charting your own course or just enjoying the journey, always keep your dreams as vast as the Grand Line. Until next time, stay adventurous, stay curious, and keep on sailing towards your own One Piece. Bye-bye.